Happy Super Bowl week and welcome back to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not so expert analysis, plenty of shit talking, and where we don't celebrate our team just getting a conference championship. Gotta win the whole thing, right? I'm your host, resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me this week are...
I quit football. Wow. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. I hate everybody. Chicken wing.
Yeah, Nori. I'm a pretty happy Giants fan this year because, yeah, we fuck shit up. Fuck you, Minnesota.
Hey, what's up? This is Rob, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I think I'm finally narrowed it down between the Lions and the Chargers. So, yeah.
Good evening, DJ here, Cowboys fan. We get rid of one offensive coordinator and then tell Mike McCarthy to call plays, and then we hire another offensive coordinator who is basically just going to get Mike McCarthy coffee. That is what his job is. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I hear a lot of hatred.
My turn? This is Phil, sure. Where we do celebrate division championships, unless you're a Titans fan.
Well,
no Jags?
I know the bar is pretty low for you Jaguars fans, so yeah, you got to celebrate every
That's
little
funny,
thing, right?
because Nico has 64 Titans fan. Oh, that's funny.
We got to take them where we can get them. But now, Brahma super fan, San Antonio Brahma super fan, Phil.
Those exist.
Jack Brahma Phil, huh?
Jack Brahma, totally.
Yes, it is Super Bowl week, Super Bowl 57. We took the last week off because the NFL really does, because it's just the Pro Bowl, which, gotta be honest with you, at least it was a little more entertaining this year.
Watched it?
A little bit of it.
I
didn't fall asleep watching it like I did last year's Pro Bowl, so, but yeah. Last year I just needed a nap, so I started watching it. I just fell right to sleep, so. It seemed more entertaining as a flag football game, so. Yeah, so we'll talk about the conference championship games and get some end of season report cards from Nori for his Giants and for Chicken Wing for his Niners, and talk quite a bit of sports news because there's plenty of it in 2 weeks before we get into our discussion of the Super Bowl. So, but with the results from the conference championship games, of course, with the Eagles winning and the Chiefs winning as well, Phil clinched the win in our bracket challenge standings. Congratulations, Phil.
Phil.
Thank you.
Regardless of the result of the Super Bowl, none of us picked the Eagles, and he was the only one who picked the Chiefs to win it all. So, and he's got the lead with 68 points. So
yeah.
Yep. So Phil wins the bracket challenge, has gotten $20 from each of us as well. So yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was fun.
Sorry, minus Chicken Wing, we all pay on time. You got it.
That's true.
Hey, Chicken Wing already paid, right?
I think I'm still waiting for Chicken Wing to pay me, actually.
He wants me to pay on time. He doesn't even know.
Wow.
Doesn't even know.
Hey,
all right.
Phil, don't be surprised if you don't get your money until the next football season starts. I'm just telling you that right now.
Or whenever he gets his tax return, but then again, he may not file those on time either. So
Yeah, shit, we never file on time unless we have kids. So I ain't claiming nobody's children this year. This is not an IRS fraud situation. By the way.
Wow. Yeah. Don't worry, we're not recording. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just us talking. Don't worry. So, but those conference championship games, let's face it. Let's start with the NFC one. Eagles, Niners.
Let's not.
We
Please
can start there. We're going to start there. It happened chronologically, so we kind of have to go with it.
Hey, yeah, they lost first. Come on, let's go talk about it.
They did lose first. And your Niners, Chicken Wing, they just had the worst luck with quarterback injuries this year. Let's be honest with it. That's what it was.
Third place.
It was just the quarterback. That's like such a. I think it's like such an easy cop out. Everybody like, oh well, the quarterback too. Like, yeah, the game was competitive when Purdy was in there. Like, that really sucks he got hurt. But honestly, the defense didn't show up that day either. They played so incredibly undisciplined. Like, the team was unrecognizable. Like, I was so disappointed. I'm not even like a big Niners fan, and it was just, I was like borderline ashamed of him. Like, dude, really? You play like this for Shanahan? Like, you guys don't normally do this shit. It's like they played like they never gotten there before. That was kind of wild.
I mean,
yeah, I would agree. I don't think Purdy was the make or break for that game.
It did kind of take the wind out of their sails when he went down, though.
It didn't. No, agreed, but it showed.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to show that at that high of a level.
Yeah.
You're in the NFC Championship game, man. You're not supposed to show that.
Well, they were really close to having their fullback come in as quarterback at one point. I think I remember.
Maybe they would have better luck if McCaffrey was. Because I think McCaffrey was the emergency quarterback, right? So
He was McCaffrey and then Juszczyk in that order.
Yep.
yeah. I'll ask this of you, Chicken Wing, before we get your report card. Has Purdy at least played well enough to, if he doesn't require Tommy John surgery, is he going to have to get Tommy John surgery? Because that hit just looked nasty. It tore like everything. So
Last I remember, it was just a sprain and it didn't need the Tommy John. Let me verify that real quick. We'll move on until I get that answer.
yeah, let's say he doesn't require it, is able to play next year. Has he at least earned a starting spot?
In my eyes, yes.
Better than Trey Lance.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the bar is not too high. It's Trey Lance here.
I mean, as funny as it sounds, it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not being mean. Trey Lance, like I'm excited about it, but he just hasn't done anything.
Mhm.
Like,
So here's a question: Do the 49ers use any of their picks to pick up a quarterback?
No.
I don't see why.
No, because
No.
if Purdy is out, then they're going to find a way to keep Jimmy G there still.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I think that ship has sailed. Maybe they'll make a play for Aaron Rodgers. You know, after Aaron Rodgers comes out of his seclusion and decides what he wants to do. You know, but
After he won his
His-
what was
his,
that
his
golf
darkness
league?
retreat.
yes,
That's what.
Golf.
His darkness retreat. Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is in a drum circle somewhere right now.
He's got a shaman with him. Oh.
he's getting high somewhere, trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Exactly. Basically darkness retreat is he's in a dark room getting high. That's what
Hey,
the
that
darkness retreat
could be a selling point for the Niners. It is legal in California, so
Okay.
You know
So,
what?
It's also legal in Denver.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
all right.
Right,
To answer your
nice.
question, he
Well
is
played,
going to
Rob.
be
Well played.
requiring surgery. But it's not the Tommy John. It's just to repair the ligament in
Okay.
the elbow.
Oh, okay. So it's
So
not,
it's
Oh,
just
that's
6
good.
months.
not
it's gonna
completely
be-
terrible.
No, it's not completely torn. So 6 months, he'll be good to go, and it's already said he's scheduled for training camp, so that's already a good sign. But yes, I think not just because of his resume for the last 7 games he's played, but he's played a lot more in college than Trey Lance. Not to say it's all Trey Lance's fault, because part of it was COVID. But the record speaks for itself. The guy's got 4 years of college ball versus Trey Lance a year and a half, and even then, Brock started all 4 seasons. Trey didn't. So no, I think Brock, in my eyes, Brock should get it.
Okay. Do you think they should try and get some sort of veteran quarterback as a backup, though, or at least like a third string?
Well, that's why I say it's probably going to be Jimmy, because he knows this over anybody. But that's not to say that if they were to make a play for Aaron Rodgers, it wouldn't surprise me. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Now, what was this really about? Was just the Niners' defense falling apart, or just the Eagles just being that impressive? What was it really to you guys from watching that game?
I mean, for me, it felt like the Niners falling apart once they lost like that inspiration, that that oomph that they had with Brock Purdy. Like I get it, like their defense wasn't all there, but yeah, when that wind left their sails, it left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a team of studs. I mean, arguably one of the best wide receivers, if not the best. Arguably the best running back, if not the best. I don't know. That shouldn't have broken their will like it did. I think Eagles are really impressive. I mean, they have their off games, but they're looking really solid. They're looking like the early season Eagles.
But like the quarterback play from like Josh Johnson. Do y'all remember the last team he played for? Neither do
He
I.
played for the
No.
Bucks.
Yes,
He's
he
played
was
for
a Buck.
13 teams. Just FYI, he played for 13 teams.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
That's
no,
pretty
so
cool.
I'll paint the bigger picture, Jay.
Journeyman.
It's not that it's just 13 teams. It's 13 teams in 10 years. That means in 3 years you went to 2 teams in the same fucking year. There's a reason why I scratched my head, and I even told Nora, I was like, "We're picking up Josh Johnson, of all people. Why are we picking up Josh Johnson?" And he was like, "I don't know. Shit, I don't know either." You see why now? Because that game, he looked like he didn't know how to fuck. God,
Well,
fucking.
I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't know how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was this a
He doesn't.
pickup after the Trey Lance injury?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
pulled him from the.
Yes.
They pulled him from the
Because nobody
practice
thought
squad.
a third string Purdy would be that good. So yeah, Josh Johnson was probably going to be the starter, and then like, oh, just kidding. Purdy's like really fucking good. You just sit
Yeah.
here and chill and collect money.
He did that well until he had to play it. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to play the
Wait,
biggest
I
game
have
of
to
your
go
life.
in the
Yeah.
game? Well,
Wait,
I
I
didn't
have to
sign up for
play?
that.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't sign up for that shit.
Mm-mm.
You know what's cool as shit though is if you're Johnson, or you go into your man cave and you have 13 jerseys with your name on it from all these different teams all the way around.
You hang around like championships, but the problem is you're just that bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, so did he ever get picked up by a team that actually won it?
No,
No, I don't think so.
no. In
funny.
fact, he was picked up by San Fran twice. That's the other head scratcher.
They already knew.
He's
Exactly.
like the
What?
Russell Westbrook of the NFL. If he's on your team, you're not winning. That's basically what it's turning into. Is that what it is?
Obviously.
Okay.
Well, if he's playing, you're not winning. Yeah.
But you got to be fair. You got to be doing something right if 13 teams give you a chance to.
That's
That's
true.
So like, is he good? No, but he was literally the fourth string quarterback. At a certain point, we also look at the design of football we're playing. We also look at, the defensive line. How the fuck does one franchise in one season, and this is on the training staff too, and the coach,
Yeah, go through.
Yeah.
how do you lose the quarterbacks? Like, I don't understand. That's
Well,
crazy.
4 because even Johnson went down with an injury, and they
Right.
had to throw
Right.
Purdy out there with one arm.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
So it's injuries have just been the worst for the Niners the last few years, and it just.
I mean,
really
couldn't
hit them
McCaffrey have just played quarterback? I mean,
I mean, yeah, they might have had a better shot. So
he threw a touchdown.
yeah,
He's
he's that good. He doesn't even know the playbook. It's like they'll just radio the play, and okay, they're gonna run this route. You throw it here, and he'll still score.
Well, he's definitely a running threat if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Now the AFC Championship game, Chiefs Bengals. Let's just say this: I'm gonna blame the mayor of Cincinnati for this one because you
Shouldn't
just
have been talking
don't
shit.
provide bulletin board material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Asking for
Talk
a
shit to the
DNA
other team.
test, calling it Burrowhead Stadium. Yeah, let's throw it on that guy. So-
yeah.
I literally, I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident every time a politician came in and ran their mouth and talked shit, it didn't end well for that team.
No.
What about the Rocky statue? That didn't end well for any team.
See,
Agreed.
I
Yeah.
really think that's somebody in Philadelphia doing that, just ordering whatever and putting that on there to fire the team up. So
No, that was
No,
there
that's
was plenty of
definitely
video of
not.
Niners fans doing that.
What?
There was plenty of video of just like why of all teams, why that team. It's like the Drake curse. Like you don't do that ever.
so well, even the Drake curse fell apart when the Toronto won one, right? So
Everybody's entitled to a one. I'll stop that shit. Hell.
no, but the way that game went out, it was arguably one of the best games of the playoffs, or if not the best. And Chiefs finally got over the hump. New year, new team, right? After losing every game they played against the Bengals in 2022, the counter turned to 2023, and the Chiefs pull it out. So, but yeah, it's setting up a showdown that the NFL seems to have wanted, right? Eagles, Chiefs, the 2 top seeds in each conference, and all the NFL hashtag NFL scripted, NFL rigged has blown up because the Chiefs got an extra third down.
I mean,
Like, we all laugh about that shit, but I'm sorry, how stupid was that fucking player?
Yes.
Who,
like
again, the 49ers, they
man was out of bounds, dude.
well, not
Like,
49ers, the fucking
Bengals.
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 that it was they know better. Like they fucking know better.
They do, but I
You
don't.
have to.
For anyone like getting on him, like that one play cost you the game. There's a lot of plays that
Right.
cost the Bengals the
It's like
game.
it's like blaming the kicker. Like it's corny. Like it's fucking corny. You had 60 minutes to be the better team. Don't blame it on one player.
Yeah.
That's corny. Because you know what? That one fucking defensive end didn't allow nearly 30 points.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
So, but this does set up a Super Bowl where, for the first time in history, the two black starting quarterbacks, which is pretty amazing.
It's fucking
No
dope.
longer
Yeah,
seen
it's
in
cool.
NFL, yeah. So,
And two brothers playing against each other.
yep,
That's fucking dope. I like that. Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So,
There was a I don't a thing online trying to push for their mom to be the coin flipper, which I think would be cool as hell.
That would
We're
be.
just gonna forget about
that would be pretty
Harbaugh.
cool.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna forget about Harbaugh. Fuck all y'all.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, but
They were
they're coaches, not
coaches.
players, dude.
They're coaches. They're not on the field.
They were on the field, just on the sides.
Stick
On
to
the
the
side,
assignment.
yeah.
Stick to the assignment. The first players, not human beings. Players.
I feel like Mama Kelsey has gotten more like interview time this week than like any other person.
yeah.
You know, so she's got
Who
the
are
half
you rooting
jersey.
for? I love them equally. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're rooting for.
Yeah, lie. Yeah, we know there's a favorite.
yeah. Whichever one's giving
Well,
them
it's cool.
grandkids, you know, so.
It's cool as hell because for her at least, because no matter what, she has one son that's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah,
matter what
but
happens.
Thanksgiving's
So mom's
gonna
gonna
be
get a
ring
interesting,
either way?
You know, so yeah.
Mom gets a ring either way. Nice.
And one son that's going to be
I mean-
disappointed. So
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you know. it
but
is
they've
what it
each
is.
won one already, you know. So it's like
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
it's not like one's denying one the other. So it's you know, who's gonna say they got two rings basically? So
But it'd be also fun to be the one who like shows up at Thanksgiving next
Yes.
year and says,
oh fuck yeah. With both rings on. Hey everybody, how
"Right,
you doing?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly."
Yeah.
Every family get together. Hey, remember that Super Bowl we were both in?
Oh man. All right. Well, let's get our end of season report cards in here. Nori, last time we were gonna do this for your Giants. You weren't on the show. You had messaged us an A minus. I don't know if you want to go ahead and elaborate on it, but go ahead and give us your full season report card on your New York Giants.
So basically, we weren't even supposed to be there that far. Like our season expectations, even with the new regime, even with new players and all that shit. Like we've seen this movie too many times. So, even without the new players and everything, I did not think that they'd make the playoffs. So making the playoffs was a modern miracle. And for everybody saying we got lucky, we beat some pretty fucking strong teams to get there. So, the fact that we got there, and then I like the matchup with Minnesota, but the fact that we beat them is still like really cool to see because we're still very underdogs. With the coaching, like everything I saw, for sure to me A minus. I don't know what else Brian Dable could have done better. I think it's nothing short of a travesty, honestly, if he doesn't win Coach of the Year, and not because I'm a Giants fan, because it just to me legit doesn't make sense if he doesn't win it. I don't know who's done more with less.
Doug Peterson has a pretty strong argument. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Sure, and he has a more talented roster than the Giants. You're absolutely right. So who is
He's
doing
also
more?
he's also
Less?
came from worst in the league for the last 2 years.
Yeah, Doug. But again, like look at the Jaguars roster up and down, and like we don't have a Trevor Lawrence. Like you guys spent good money last year to get decent players. We don't even have that. But yeah, so nevertheless, my personal opinion, I think he's done more with less, and yeah, I'm super excited and hope he wins Coach of the Year. So
What are your expectations for your Giants next season?
next season, I think it depends largely on what we do in the off season. I'm not really, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it just depends, honestly.
All right. Thank you, Nori. Chicken Wing, it's your turn. You're the last of us on this podcast to have your team survive this long. Your Niners went out in the NFC Championship game to the Eagles. So give us your end of season report card for the San Francisco 49ers.
Can I give a lower grade than an F?
F minus.
How do you give an F? You went to the freaking conference championship game, dude.
We lost though. Fuck that.
Okay, well, that's
Last
true.
week it was Bang Bang Niner Gang.
That's right.
It sure was. Yeah.
Half the season
Yeah.
it was tank for a new quarterback. Like,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Yeah.
we don't take him seriously. We just say okay.
Exactly. All right, fine.
Bang
To
bang
be-
Niner gang.
Shut up, Ho. To be honest, I still want to give him an A minus, despite us losing the most important position in quarterback ever, 4 times, almost 5. They made it to the championship, even with Brock. And like what Nori said, no one ever expected Brock to be that guy. So because he was able to come in there and handle business, beat up Tom Brady, and handle all the division games, even played through an oblique injury. Hats off to the team. Hands down, I've never been more proud. But they didn't win, so it's an A minus.
Okay.
So real quick, I want to get. I think both y'all, both gave A minus. I think you're both A's, and I'll tell you why. Nori, I think you guys were an A because you guys were in the toughest division in football. I don't think anyone could argue that. Considering 3 teams made it to the playoffs, you guys, every team in there. I mean, even the Redskins weren't a bad team. So I think you guys are a solid A. And for 49ers, just in acquisitions, just getting McCaffrey, just building out the stud that you guys have there, the future is bright for you all too. So I think A is solid for both of you guys, in my opinion.
Me, I won't argue against that. I mean, they had a phenomenal season.
I mean, you're right. I'm not going to argue against it. The clear difference, like what Nori mentioned earlier, we have the roster. We should be winning. They don't have a roster. And so for them to get this far with, a missing roster is very impressive.
Well, just to recap all the report cards in there, I gave the Titans an F. Rob
Good
gave
job.
his Bucks a C+. Phil gave the Jags an A. Nori an A- to his Giants. DJ an A to his Cowboys. And Chicken Wing an A- to the Niners. So, always next year.
Although an A to the Cowboys was pretty kind of high,
Both.
I think.
I mean, they did win.
Mike, you can fuck off. What you can do, buddy. Yep. That's what you can do.
Whoops.
As it should be. As it should be.
All right.
Yes.
This is written.
Head coaching vacancies, as it stands now, Carolina has hired Frank Reich. Speaking of this, Steve Wilkes has gone to San Francisco as a defensive coordinator. Future's bright for your Niners there, Chickaway.
I'm okay with that.
The
Fuck
Colts,
Carolina.
the Colts have not officially named a new head coach, but owner Irsay has said that Jeff Saturday is still the favorite for that position. Why? I don't know, but I'm good with it.
Was Irsay drunk when he said that?
He probably
Was
was.
he drunk?
People like pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
like pain.
I figured.
Houston hired D'Amico Ryans to be their head coach before they fire him after next season, as is the tradition when they hire black coaches. That's what the Texans do.
Basically.
So, yeah. I know this Texans fans are all, oh, we have hope, we have hope. You're probably going to have a coach that's going to get fired after 1 year. That seems to become the Texans tradition. So, and Arizona, I don't believe has hired a coach yet. I haven't seen anything yet. They're still searching. Sean Payton, though, has landed in Denver. And as part of that, the New Orleans got so this kind of ties into the draft order. Cincinnati will get the 28th pick in the draft. San Francisco is set to get the 29th, but they had traded their first round to Miami, who had sent it to Denver, and Denver sent that pick to New Orleans for the rights to get Sean Payton as their head coach. So New Orleans will actually pick 29th now in the draft. So that gets New Orleans back in the first round after they traded that pick to the Eagles. So, but Sean Payton lands in Denver and has already said, sorry, Russell, no quarterback coach in the locker room for you. So
Fucking love it.
Here's a question for you guys: who's a better coach
Fucking
overall,
love it.
Peyton or Pete Carroll?
Peyton.
Oh boy.
I'll Peyton or
Shit.
Pete
Carroll.
Carroll.
I'm
Carroll
gonna say
took,
Pete Carroll.
Pete
I
Carroll,
would
yeah.
argue Pete Carroll. To be honest with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he doesn't
Yeah, I'll
make
go
a
Carroll.
really stupid decision on the 1 yard line, he's a 2-time Super Bowl
Oh
champion.
yeah, exactly.
Well, you can blame the Longhorns for stopping Lendell White with 2 yards to go on 4th down. Why he probably tried to pass the ball there. So that's my theory.
Hook 'em.
Carroll.
Yeah.
Carroll went to the promised land with Russell too. So
Yeah. So it is an interesting hire, but if Denver can't do it with Sean Payton, then they're out of excuses. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Payton manages that roster, how he implements his system into it, and how he handles that division. That's a tough division to go into.
That's right.
So.
I just gotta get it out there one time.
Okay.
Well, you know what? And we'll see. I mean, if Peyton can do what we think he can do, you might be hearing that more often next season.
Yeah.
On the positive side, not that.
like
Yes,
actually
fucking mine.
believing
Fuck
it.
you.
Yeah.
like actually believing it, like
Yeah. Because
So
those commercials that he was filming, he was facing. It was determination. It was like Broncos country, let's ride, and he took another take. Let's ride.
That's right.
That's right.
Right
Like,
out
he
of the
was-
playoffs.
He
Yeah,
was
so.
he was into it.
maybe you guys can enlighten me. What has Sean Payton done without Drew Brees?
What has Drew Brees done without Sean Payton?
Retired.
Touche.
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Fair,
Good job.
fair.
So, yeah, that's kind of the interesting dynamic. Are Wilson and Peyton going to get along?
That bitch got traded. That bitch got traded for fucking Phillips, right? So he wasn't doing super hot with that San Diego either. Granted, it was obviously an oversight on San Diego's part, right? Because they could have saved themselves a pick, and who knows? But still, it's a symbiotic relationship. They need each other. No shame in that.
Yep.
That's right.
Arizona and like I said, the Colts still have not officially hired a head coach. And it seems to be the tradition. Eric Bieniemy's name gets thrown out there, waiting until after the Chiefs Super Bowl run to see. But I'm wondering though if his contract with the Chiefs is about to expire as offensive coordinator, because there's some other teams out there that are trying to court him as an offensive coordinator as well. All this time, everyone wants him as a coordinator, but no one wants to pull the trigger on hiring his head coach. So, interesting thought there. Something to think about as we get into the offseason after the Super Bowl. So
That should be a sign.
Yep. Sports news wise, there's a lot, guys. First of all, Tom Brady retired again, this time for good, and that's why Rob is no longer a Bucs fan, I believe. Is that correct? So
no, they're going back to the creamsicle. I'm
it's
not
just
gonna,
a throwback weekend.
It's a throwback jersey that I'm disgusted with. I
There you go. Yes.
have nothing to do with it.
You will own it.
You're giving up your fandom because of that jersey for that period of time. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah,
Sounds about-
actually,
sounds
yeah.
about-
I must
Sounds
ask
about
Rob,
right, yeah.
Okay.
when your Bucs fandom began, what were the color of their jerseys?
It's the
Creamsicle.
exact same creamsicle in white.
Okay, then what
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. You're
What?
hating on your bleached road cone jersey, but that's how you became a fan. So explain.
Warren Sapp was a thing, and yeah, before
That's
that,
right.
it was just my dad watching football. Like it wasn't. I didn't become a fan because I chose the team. It was the only team that we watched as kid growing up.
Now,
That's kind of-
two
so there.
successful franchises that are known for delivering, the Lions and the Chargers. So Rob obviously likes pain.
Pain and agony are very much in my.
Anecdotally, my son this year is officially a football fan, and I've gave him the tortured future of becoming a Jaguar fan.
Poor child.
So there's
proud of
two
you for
Jaguar
passing that on. So.
there's two Jaguar fans in San Antonio now, and we have a shared misery at least that we can bond over.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than
My
being a
kids-
Titans fan.
My kids asked who they should root for in football, and I said, "Do you love your house?" Yes. Okay, let me explain what a foster home is. I did, and they chose the Giants.
You have been voluntold you will be a Giants fan for the
That's,
life.
see, Nori just imposes threats. That's just great. Mine turned on me. So mine's a Cowboys fan, unfortunately.
I mean, she was young when she got dressed up in that Cowboys tutu.
She was poisoned. I know she's poisoned from the and you allowed it, JC. You were there. You allowed it.
I didn't allow it. I didn't ever
accessory.
say it.
Why would JC get involved?
Because his
Why would he
wife
get
was
involved?
also part of the whole.
Well, she's a Cowboys fan. Why is that
She's
my
a
fault?
Cowboy
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
Like, how was that?
She was
Come on,
three.
Mike.
She was 3. She didn't know
You
better.
chose my wife and I as her godparents. That's
That
what
has
it is.
nothing to do
I'm
with
just
your
saying.
mom and that
I'm just
child.
saying.
It does.
Your
It does,
fault.
It has something to do with it. It does.
That means, well, as that choice, you do have a right to step in that case
Mm.
as the Godfather.
Man, you don't know how.
Man
hard I
is
tried,
intervening.
bro.
Yeah.
I tried.
This is. I feel like this is going to be an unhealthy environment. I need to intervene and make this happen. That's what happened there, buddy.
I sure as shit tried.
Well, Brady has retired
For now.
for now.
For now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
we'll see.
I'll believe
Leave
it
him
when
up.
we get to training camp and see if he's on a team or not. So,
Just wait till he signs that contract with Fox Sports and the hundreds of millions of dollars to be a broadcaster.
from what I understand, he said he's going to take the year off and then join him the year after that. So,
Okay, so
Or he ends
basically-
up in Miami as a coach.
Yeah.
Nah, he's going to San
Nice.
Fran. He's going to sign up, Niners. Get that last ring.
please.
I'll take that.
If you do give up on them every week, get out of here.
Just being a real fan, Nori, okay? That's what real fans do. Well, real Cowboys fans, that is.
I don't.
To be
I've
fair-
never given him a
To be fair, Cowboys fans are annoying as shit, but they're not flaky. There's
Damn.
I mean,
Damn. He
They're
just
not
threw you under
flaky.
the bus like
Not
that.
Hey, you know
how
what?
many-
Speaking,
That's why. Because otherwise, Mike, what you're saying doesn't make sense. One of the reasons Cowboys fans are so fucking intolerant is that during the year, it could be mathematically 3-14. They'll be like, well, we still have a chance. That's why they're so goddamn annoying.
Those are
I
like
100% agree with what you just said.
They
You're
don't
absolutely
even,
right.
They don't even respect math. Not even like fucking second grade math. They don't even respect. So that's why they're just intolerable.
Agreed.
But I love EJ.
speaking as a
That
Cowboys fan, I don't argue with that at all. I don't argue with that assessment at all. Which moves me back to Mike and him being a flaky 49ers fan. So
tank for a new quarterback.
I guess you'll tank for a new quarterback next
Yeah,
year too.
I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, bringing this
Brock
back
Purdy's gonna be
is always acceptable.
5-0. Tank for
Yeah.
new quarterback. Okay.
That's right.
ultimately, Checkaway's just mad that his prophecy didn't come through. So that's really.
It was so close to.
Damn, your
It was
game's
so
through.
close too because Brock got hurt. And I was like, yes, but this is the wrong game. This is the wrong
Wow.
thing. Like you don't understand how
Wow.
mad I was, bro. I was talking the most shit. I was like, you were supposed to get hurt 2 weeks from today, bitch. But that's neither here nor there.
Or just
Anyway,
not at all.
let's move on here. Kyrie Irving requests a trade. It's granted.
Shocking.
He ends up going to the Mavericks.
Yes, he did.
Listen, if the Mavericks score 160 points a game, they win.
I
Because
sure,
that
but
defense
they
shot to shit.
traded away one of their
Defense-
best defenders to get this guy.
That defense is shot to shit. But let me tell you, if they're not going to be one of the most entertaining, I mean, they have the best they have the best backcourt in the NBA right now. You can't say they don't. But that is
yeah.
the potential is fucking insane on offense. On offense. That's it.
Exactly.
Okay,
They're
so
only
they
beating
have-
the Clippers by 1 point as we speak right now. Just throwing that out there. So
And it's Kyrie's first
Listen,
game.
listen, you
it's Kyrie's first game
Exactly.
with the Mavericks.
Let him get
Yes.
acclimated to their
gotta get chemistry. You gotta get
Right.
that going,
Right.
and then they'll put up 160. I mean, I see it.
160 minimum?
Mark Cuban of many things, but stupidity is not one of them.
Correct.
Obviously, is this a rental for the Mavs? Or are they going to really try to get an extension on it? Because they gave up a lot.
I think it's a
Well,
rental.
You can't waste Luka's window. Yeah, they can extend him.
Yeah. But
Unless
will
he's
Kyrie
top.
stay? I mean, I don't know, man. Kyrie just,
I mean-
I can't get a handle on this dude. Like,
Nobody can.
teams,
Nobody
Nobody
can
can.
at this
you
point.
Not
weren't
even-
in a
not even
bad
Kyrie.
situation where you were. Like, why? Why? It makes no sense. I know he says he felt disrespected. I'm not sure all the story was, but, I just don't get it. So,
Mm.
and then biggest news, of course, out of the NBA. LeBron James last night broke the NBA's all-time scoring record, past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Rob, this scoring title went from one Laker to another.
To another?
I'm sure you were
Yeah.
watching it last night.
Oh yeah.
Your thoughts on all of it, man?
I really wish they would have won, but you know that's one
Greedy
thing.
thought,
But,
it's a greedy bitch.
Very
Hey,
lucky.
Rob, you
I
should tell Anthony Davis to not just watch in awe.
Oh,
You should
Jesus
actually play
Christ.
basketball.
Yeah.
That might be a good
well,
idea. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
He had to close his
Not
mouth
maybe.
because he was a little too excited to have that
Yeah.
happen.
So as the FNG here, I don't know where you guys all stand, but I've seen a lot of articles today. Is LeBron now the GOAT? So where do y'all stand on that?
No,
I mean,
It's
it's a
scoring
fair
title.
debate.
Still Michael.
It depends on what you value,
No.
but it's a fair debate.
No, it's a fair debate now. I mean, I
it
don't
is a
think there was
fair
a debate
debate.
before this.
Yes.
If you're
It's
saying
fair-
emphatically no, then you're just like not being objective. Like you're just
Agreed.
like, you know what I mean? Like it is an actual fair debate. It's not like everybody's asking, hey, who's the best, LeBron or fucking Kyrie Irving? Like no, like that's a very
No,
easy debate to shut down in like 6 seconds, right? But
Yeah.
no, LeBron is absolutely one of the fucking, you know,
He's
the best.
definitely in the conversation for being the
Absolutely.
GOAT.
Yeah.
But I
I
would
think it's
say,
Jordan.
Right.
like,
I'm not going to
I-
dismiss people who say it's LeBron.
I mean, I still say Michael myself, honestly.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. As far as I'm concerned,
He
like,
changed the whole game. He changed the whole fucking game. Like nobody did what he did.
yeah, but we say the same for Michael. Michael did the same thing. He changed the entire
No,
game.
no. I'm saying is Michael. I am talking about Michael, but
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like,
Like,
Michael changed the whole game. Like, you know, LeBron. I think LeBron is a much better human being. I think he's done a ton more for the community. I think he really cares how Black youth, especially, cares about him, perceives him. He doesn't have as big of a chip over his shoulder because MJ had a really shitty life. But like, yeah, I
Yeah.
think LeBron's a better human. I don't think he's a better. Just because you're like the best of all time doesn't mean you're like fucking trash. Like the guy is like I think top 5
Right.
all time
Yeah.
out of the thousands of players who've ever played, being top 5 and like if he dies tomorrow, that's a fucking great legacy to have.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
But he played in an era where the rules benefited the offense more. And I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
not-
biggest argument
I
with
know that's the only
LeBron.
argument because that's not fair because like LeBron rightfully so earned the scoring title, right? But
No,
Kareem,
yeah, for sure. You know,
but right, but you say that confidently, but other people will argue that Kareem only shot 1 3-pointer his whole life.
yeah.
So he actually scored more buckets than LeBron did. Is that LeBron's fault? No.
No.
It's just the era of basketball. It is what it is.
Yeah. I think for me, Michael, I still say Michael Jordan's the greatest. And it's not just that. I mean, well, first of all, he did change the game, like you said, you know, had his own shoe. David Stern doesn't have a successful career if this is not like this was like the first draft under his role as commissioner. And that was a stacked draft that he was able to key on, you know, promoting individual players, and Jordan, of course, was one of them.
Yep.
Jordan did all that. People forget he missed most of his second season with an injury, a broken foot. So, and then he had the time off after his father passed. Tried playing baseball, and had it not been for the baseball strike, Jordan would have made it to the majors, and we never would have seen the Bulls win 3 more championships on top of all that. So, you know, Michael Jordan for me was a different era then too. He he fought and fought to get past the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons, who were one of the most physical defensive teams, you know. And just the way he played, the way his teammates rallied around him, the way he learned to trust his teammates as well. Going to the Olympics as well, Michael was just, he made basketball global because of him, you know. And that was really what I consider him like the greatest of all time personally, you know. That takes nothing away from LeBron. Yes, it's a different era, but I've never personally liked changing teams and building super teams, you know, the way the game has evolved it to be an individual game. I've hated that. It's always a team game for me. It always should be. And
So hold on, I have a small counter argument for that because I get it's nice to see players be loyal to their franchise,
yeah,
but how often do you see owners be loyal to the players? When they're done with those players, if they get hurt, if they cop an attitude, if they whatever, or they just see more value in somebody else. Drew Brees didn't do anything wrong. They just thought
Yeah.
Philip Rivers had more potential, so he got traded. So you don't see the loyalty one way, and all LeBron kind of did because he's LeBron is expose that. And he's not even the first person to even make it super team. He just was stupid and he admits it and he apologized for it, right? About
The way he
what
did it, the way he made
what
a
he did was
spectacle
shitty.
of it.
He
Yeah,
admits that.
the
He was
the
a kid.
difference
Yeah.
between the Celtics super team and the Heat, the Celtics GM made the trades and moves to do that. That's one thing. When you go as a free agent to a team along with another high free agent to join another superstar there, like blatantly go in and make a super team, talk about how you're going to win 7 championships. You know, that really, yeah, that changed the era. I really hated that. I hated
If
that
you were
part of the
JCR
NBA.
and went to a generational athlete and you're like, let's see, my stupid fucking. I mean, you remember the 2007 roster, right? For Cleveland and the Spurs. You remember that
Oh
roster?
yeah, Spurs
Like,
left him.
so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you're
So
LeBron and you're thinking, this owner is never gonna fucking give me anything, is he? Like he's gonna be a dumb shit and I'm never gonna get anything I need. I'm sorry, I'm hightailing out of there too. Do I make a public spectacle out of it? Absolutely fucking
No.
not. That's where he fucked up. I
No.
don't think he fucked up for leaving. I mean, his best friend plays for a amazing fucking coach, right? So
yeah,
that's personally what I'm doing. I don't fault him for leaving. I just don't. I mean, you have your opinion, it's fine. I
Yeah.
just don't agree with him leaving was a bad thing. I just don't like what he said and did. That was obviously kind of shitty, but
yeah,
everything else, man, like I get why he left because his owner was fucking stupid at the time.
And I'll
Yeah.
agree with you there. And that's why I mean, I don't think Jordan's an amazing human being, but I don't think LeBron's a great human being either, just based on his public spectacles. He makes himself like that. I mean, I think but I don't think either one of them are stellar individuals. Just like, I don't think they're bad people, but I don't think. I think when you said LeBron is a way better person, that's where I fall down on that one. Is because of the things like that he's done.
yeah. Charity work, things like that. I did like that he did go back to Cleveland. Obviously, it was after they had drafted Kyrie Irving, but I hated how he treated David Blatt. Like, you got to respect your coach, and I never agreed with that. Yes, they won a championship, and technically David Blatt did get a ring too, even though LeBron basically forced him out. But still, at least he gave Cleveland that. And I remember Nori being in shock that the Cavs won a title before his Knicks did. So sorry to remind you about that. But
Like I should have been shocked, but
yeah. So, but it did bring in that era of the super teams. It did change the game again, but it's become less of a team game, which, I was brought up on that, Spurs fan my whole life. That's really what it's about too. So, I grew up in the era where, David Robinson could have left. Tim Duncan could have left. A lot of those players under the Spurs franchise could have left and stayed, and built around it. And, but, I'm old enough to know what it was like before the Spurs were that good, before they had that run, with the Tim Duncan era. So I can appreciate the highs and lows of it. So,
in fairness to some of those 90s seasons, the Knicks should have won except for Jordan
yeah.
taking those away.
And 99.
Nora, you okay there?
No, I'll never be okay.
Okay.
I just want to remind everybody, fuck Kawhi.
Okay. Always.
Why
So-
you such a hater?
Yeah.
You know damn good and well why. Fuck him. Little bitch ass crybaby. Fuck you.
Yeah, we don't really talk about the nephew in San Antonio very much. So anyway,
Look,
yes.
boy.
Regardless, though, it is historic. A record that stood for nearly 40 years. LeBron passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The captain being in attendance for that. Great moment. Great to see him celebrate with his family. And
Priority. Priority.
will we see that again in our lifetime? And how long before we do see that record be broken, if it happens?
Or
There's no one pacing for it.
Luca is.
I don't
Luca.
know. But yeah, what, Rob, you got a point. I mean,
Luca is on pace. He's definitely on pace. His rookie year, or even his rookie and sophomore year, he's already averaging 30 plus. He's
Yeah,
definitely on
Giannis-
pace.
Giannis just put up 56 points the other night. So
Yeah, Giannis is up there. Depending how long Steph Curry's ankles stay up there, he's got the numbers to do it.
I mean, Joel Embiid. So,
Yeah, so
It's one of those things. Like, what are some of the records in sports that will just never be broken? If we think about it, that maybe we've seen broken or in a
rookie
lifetime.
quarterback winning a Super Bowl.
Rookie quarterback. Well, yeah.
Well, LeBron has a distinct advantage to hold this title for a very long time based on his college career. Which didn't happen.
You were elect there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the point I was making. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 4 bonus years of playing when you're still young and strong.
Yeah.
And that you don't see that very often. So I think it's going to be a tough one to break.
Because of the whole one.
Plus, he's probably going to play for. He's probably going to play for another couple years at least. So.
Yep.
At least.
I think the
At
only
least.
thing that might not be broken is probably the single game triple digit scoring for the NBA.
That's Wilt the Stilt, right?
Yeah, well, to still,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
100
exactly.
points. Like it's like people got close, 80, Kobe, and
Kobe.
yeah, it's still that's a lot of points.
I don't. It's funny. People said it about Lou Gehrig's record, but the way the game is now, I don't think anyone will break Cal Ripken Jr.'s consecutive game streak. I think that's unbreakable now with all the, players getting rests and things like that too. I
Yeah,
just don't think that could be something.
See that
broken.
happening.
I mean, somebody's not going to break the 30 for 30 either. 5,000 yards.
Mm.
Nice.
I'll take that one, Mike. That was good.
I
That
could
was
see
nice.
somebody baseball-wise breaking Barry Bonds' single season and career home run record. I could see that sometime down the line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no one thought it was going to get Hank Aaron. Oh, nobody thought Babe Ruth. And then nobody thought Hank Aaron. And
And now
That's
nobody's
the way it
moving on,
goes.
So,
Nolan Ryan career strikeouts. Yeah, that's
ooh, that might take a while.
yeah.
that's going to take a while.
All right. Some other news. Of course, the NBA trade deadline is fast approaching. The Lakers sent Russell Westbrook to the Utah Jazz, who, with the Jazz taking on Westbrook, are officially taken for the season because they're not going to win one now, right? So,
I'm gonna laugh when they come out as Western Conference champions.
Wait, can you imagine that?
I'm gonna come back to this clip
Holy
and I'll be
shit.
like, "This is all because JC said he wouldn't do it."
well, Rob, does this trade put your Lakers in the playoffs or not?
No,
No. All right. So,
come on, guys. I'm
They
gonna
could put
realize
some in
here.
the playoffs, but they don't do anything.
yeah, maybe the play-in.
Because if LeBron and Anthony Davis are healthy, I don't see how they don't make the playoffs.
I think they make it to the play-ins. I don't think they make it past they definitely don't make it past Dallas. They don't make it past Memphis. They don't make it past Golden State. They don't make it past a bunch of teams.
Denver, probably. Denver's playing great.
Denver's another one.
So,
There's a lot of teams that I would hate to run into, and you can't avoid them all.
all right. Let's see. You guys ready to talk Super Bowl? Sorry,
Yes.
that time of year. So,
Yeah.
Rob, did you pull up a list of any crazy prop bets out there by chance?
I couldn't find any crazy ones. A lot of them are just who scores the first touchdown and
How long is the national anthem? Yeah. So,
oh,
Oh, yeah.
does the singer mess up the national anthem?
yeah.
Yeah.
Will there be a wardrobe
Who-
malfunction during the
who's singing?
halftime show? So, yeah.
Isn't that given?
I mean, that happened.
Well, hey,
last
before
year.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah.
Before we go into this, I want to mention that pool that I had. Now, everybody, I want, when we make our picks, I also want you to give a total score.
Okay.
And the deal is I'm in a pool that, and I'm very close to winning this because it's gone through the whole playoffs, and turns out I'm pretty good at picking playoff wins, as you guys know.
Show
Just
off.
throw that in.
Yeah.
If I win this, I'll win 28 ounces of silver, and I'm going to share it with the rest of this team. But we're going to use it. We're going to collaborate on this the winning team and the total score. Total score is more important because 25 points are up for grab. And so keep this in mind as we discuss this, guys, because I think silver's about $28 an ounce right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's only 25, but still.
All right. The question on this. So you might pick the score right, but if you get the pick wrong, you don't get those 25 points, right? Is that what
No,
it is?
you do. You do.
You do.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. I wish there were more points for wins because I'm the only one I picked the most wins clearly, but points are where you really do it. My over under sucks.
Okay. Well, we could quickly break it down right here. Let's think here. You know, you could say Chiefs or Bengals here. Who has the advantage on different facets of the game? Let's talk offense. Who's better, Chiefs or Eagles?
Oof.
Chiefs.
That's tough. I'd actually say the Eagles because
I'm gonna go with the
Jalen Hurts
Eagles on
can
this
throw the
one.
ball
That's
and
hard, yeah.
they can run the ball. The Chiefs don't run the ball. They don't believe in that
Yep.
because
But they
Andy
do
Reid
it when
doesn't believe.
necessary.
But the Chiefs are so good that they tell you the whole game plan and they say, "Stop me." And
Stop
it got
us,
them all the way to
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
When you,
There's a reason
Oh,
why
the
I
game-
like Chiefs.
The game plan is let Patrick Mahomes do what he wants and then he makes plays. That's the game plan.
Chiefs, my guys.
All right. Defense.
Eagles.
Eagles.
By far.
Eagles.
they bought
Eagles.
one. The fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Special teams.
Fucking toss up.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
Special teams. I
Maybe
don't know.
maybe Eagle. Maybe Eagles. I don't
Ask
know.
a Cowboys fan how important special teams is.
Wait.
Ooh.
Hold on, but before you ask that question, can you guys
Well,
name the
let's
kickers? Who can name the kickers on both teams?
Oh, on
Well,
both teams.
Kadarius Tony,
Butker.
ex-Giant.
Butker on
the
the Chiefs, right?
Butker's is the Chief and fucking I don't know who the Eagles kicker is.
I have no
Yeah.
JC, can you tell me a thing about kickers?
I know.
Can you tell me about
that? I've seen if you would catch
Okay.
that.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Mike, you missed your window. You missed your fucking window. You missed it.
I know.
Coaching.
coaching.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy
I would
Reid.
go
Andy
Andy
Reid.
Andy Reid. Yeah,
Right.
sure.
That was an easy one.
Andy Reid
Yeah.
for sure.
You have essentially a rookie coach who still
Yeah.
learning the game and everything, and
Just has a squad that he coaches. Pretty much it.
Well, I'm going to throw this one out there, even though it may have no impact on the game. But front office. Who has a better front office right now?
the Chiefs.
Eagles.
Chiefs. No,
Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Hold on.
definitely.
The Chiefs said, "Watch this. We're going to give away one of our best players," and they went back to the Super Bowl. Remember all this? Oh, they're going to be useless without Tyreek, and Mahomes, needed him and everything.
He
Quiet
has
that
a
down.
point. He's got
That's
a point.
fair. That's a fair point. The reason I say Eagles is because they've kind of come out of nowhere relative to the Chiefs, who've been there. Eagles have been in the playoffs last few years, but they haven't had the dominant that the Chiefs have had consistently over the last 4 or 5 years.
Right. So I'm saying the Chiefs have proven it, consistently giving away one of their best players, trading him, whatever, or letting go for agency, where the fuck he went.
That's fair. That's good. That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
And
You're right.
then
Yeah,
the
no,
Eagles,
I agree. I
Eagles
changed.
knocked
I
their
changed.
offseason out of the park. They really fucking did. Because on paper, they had the best draft and one of the best trades on paper. But how many times do we see shit on paper not, actually come out, right? And it did. I mean, the Eagles don't have a bad front office in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. I just think the Chiefs have a slight edge. That's all.
No, I agree. You've convinced me. I change.
I'm glad. That's what I do.
You win.
I live to convince people.
All right, so that gets into the picks then. Philly favored by 1.5. The over/under on this game is 49.5. And for the benefit of this, yes, you're going to pick who you think is going to win and what the final score will be. Phil, you're going to go. You want to go last, I think, because you're kind of writing all these down, right, for your thing here. So.
No, I'm using this recording as posterity.
Okay.
Why I do this? I don't like writing stuff down.
All right. Well, Phil, I'll let you go first then. Who are you picking? What do you think the score is going to be?
So going in our pool, I think I'm the only person who has a team in the finals, and I picked the Chiefs to be in it against San Fran.
And yeah, the Chiefs winning, yeah.
And I had the Chiefs winning, but I've lost a little confidence in that. I've seen the dominance of Philly over San Fran convinced me that maybe that's not the case. I mean, now the Bengals are a good team. I'm not taking anything away from that win, but the Jags, every game the Chiefs have struggled through, where Philly has dominated, unless they're bench people to because they already have a bye. They've been a pretty solid win most of the season. So I'm leaning towards Philly at this point. And right now, because I've submitted a pick, but I can change it. I put it just slightly on the over, like about the over. Like I think I put like 51 points is where I'm standing for right now. But I'm you guys know a whole bunch more than me, and I'm willing to hear what everybody's got to say, and let's figure this one out.
About a bunch more than you, just different. It's different. That's all.
Oh no, hey,
Yeah.
it's figuring it out. There's no right, there's no knowing how it's going to go. But I think if we come to a consensus, I think we can all win. That's the way I see it.
All right. Well, we're gonna go in the order of our bracket challenge standings here. So DJ, you're gonna go next. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Philly, and I'm actually going to go 40-35.
Okay.
So 75 points total.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Nori?
Final score, right?
Yeah, pick and final score.
I'm gonna go with 35 Chiefs, 31 Eagles.
Okay. So that's 66 total.
And
Rob.
if I win the exact score, you all owe me handy.
So
God
here's
damn.
what we're gonna do. We'll take an average. That's what we'll do for score. Because score is the biggest
Okay.
point. So we'll take an average, and that's what we'll go with.
All right. Rob.
Okay. I'm gonna say 37-29 in favor of the Eagles.
29, Robert. 29.
29.
Wow.
In the
God damn
National
it.
Football League.
God damn it.
Yes.
What if
29.
was it an unkick the kick?
He
Rob?
probably has
How
no
the fuck did he get
squares. That's what
29?
he
No, like it's gonna be one of those stupid missed
Score
combinations.
goals or missed extra points or something weird. Just because reasons. Leave me alone.
3 touchdowns, 4 safeties.
I mean, it's really
Yep.
4 touchdowns and 1 missed point.
Yeah.
Like,
So. All right. I'm gonna go with KC 38
wait, no, come back.
and Eagles 35. So I'm going 38.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be a shootout. To be
Wow.
honest with you. So. Now,
Yep, I see that happening.
picking up on what Phil has said about how the Chiefs have played some close games. The Eagles have basically like waltzed through or just kind of through the playoffs. Yeah, that's where I think the Chiefs have an advantage. They really had been tested, and that can make a team stronger. The Eagles haven't been tested as much. It's been a cakewalk, to be honest with you.
But have the Chiefs played? See, you guys are all shooting very high. I'm wondering, have the Chiefs faced a defense like this?
If there's one coach that can burn a defense as good as that, I'd give it to Andy Reid. Yeah, I know Andy Reid still wants to stick it to his old Eagles team, one way or another.
Remember, they beat the 49ers a few years ago, who had a better defense.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a shootout, and
Like the Eagles have a good defense, but they're not known for their defense, right? They're
you've
just
given Andy Reid 2 weeks to scheme against this defense, so that's
against essentially a rookie head coach. Like,
Batman with preparation, right? So, all right, Chicken Wing, what about you?
Need to make that mean. Sorry, go ahead.
I want them to both lose. -6 to -12.
Why are you such a hater? Like,
Shut your ass up, bro.
who hurt you?
The Eagles did, bitch. That's who fucking hurt me.
Okay. Wow.
So
Anyway.
we're not doing the Micah Parsons thing. Yeah, do it for our division. Just,
No, fuck
What?
that.
Yeah, well, fuck that. I don't mean. Listen, Michael Parsons did lots of things this season. I've agreed with a lot of them, but I don't agree with that shit. That's bullshit. Don't say shit.
Thank you.
Shut
I don't
your
know.
fucking mouth.
Who the fuck?
You shut your goddamn mouth. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what?
Guys,
You're in a room with a Dallas fan and a Giants fan, and you're complaining about the Eagles right now.
Damn right I am.
Parsons basically said is like, "Oh, it's okay if my sister has an OnlyFans." That's basically what he's
I
saying.
mean, that's literally what he's saying.
Literally what he's saying.
That's the.
Like, all right, well, I mean, she's making money supporting herself. That's good, but like,
Yeah.
we didn't have a talk, my king.
Jesus.
Anyway, Jigwig, your pick of the final score.
All right, so my pick is going to be the Chiefs. Oh my
Okay.
God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Final score is going.
Exactly.
You cut out there. Say
Yep.
it again.
The score is okay, nothing. Nothing to nothing is the final score.
His computer's just fucking haunted. It really is. It's always lessons.
I stopped because I really thought about this. I was like,
I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in.
Oh, I thought-
no, I legit stopped talking. I was like, well, damn, I don't want to. I don't want to say a final score because fuck them both. Jesus. Okay, 27-34 Chiefs.
27, 34.
I'm pretty sure that was totally planned.
Shut up.
But
It
knew it
wasn't,
was
but it
bad.
worked out
See,
great. So,
It seems that way.
yeah.
It really did seem that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Phil, you got all these written down?
No, when you just you wrote them all down.
I wrote them down here. So let me see. We had 75 for DJ's total.
Mhm.
We have 66 for Nori's total. We have 63 for Rob's total. My total is 73 points. And Chicken Wing's total is 61 points.
All right. Well, dang, you guys. I'm gonna change my little start. Then I'm gonna say the line. I'm gonna say 49 because you guys are driving this thing way up. So
Are we?
It's total points,
Like,
right? Or is it
have
just
you
whoever-
seen? Have
what
you
the-
seen how many points they've been putting up? Like
I
through.
know, yeah.
have you seen Philly's defense?
He's a human being, and that's it.
No,
That's
fuck
what he
you.
is.
Okay.
Yep.
Ain't no
All right.
There's a lot of hatred over there. I don't know.
fuck you can do. Bullshit.
So 387. So 387 divided by is the total of all
Okay.
these scores.
Divided by
Divided
5.
by 6
Oh, for yours too. That's right.
makes it 64 and a half.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think the consensus was Eagles, right?
Consensus was Eagles. Yeah.
Actually, it's 3 of us picked Chiefs, 2 said Eagles. Who'd you say, Phil? Eagles?
I said Eagles.
So it's 3-3. It's an even split.
3-3.
Right where we
Yeah,
left off.
yeah.
All right.
Son of
Yes. Yeah, fuck
Yep.
you.
man.
Should be.
Right down the
And I
fucking
picked-
middle.
And I picked Chiefs to begin with and Eagles now. So
Now.
Yeah. It's like you got a decision to make, bro.
all right, well, we'll have to coin flip this one or something.
Yeah.
But we're going with
Rob?
65 points. If we win, there's an ounce of silver in for each one of you guys.
All right. Appreciate that.
Fuck
See what I
yeah.
want to buy on Amazon with that kind of money. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, they accept it. Somebody will accept it.
Well, if nothing else, we can disperse over a platter of wings at Pluckers somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's our picks for Super Bowl 57. And we'll be back next week on the Sports Minorities podcast to recap the Super Bowl, talk about the game itself, our favorite commercials, all that fun stuff. And then it'll be on to discussing the XFL, guys.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So
So,
You're just
JC, I
angry at
basically have
everything.
your old UTSA seats
nice.
for the Brahmas.
Hey, those are great seats. So
The only thing
Which-
that's going to block it is I'm right behind the dang uprights. So,
it's kind of a nice view, I think. You're still there. You still see it. You know, I personally
yeah, I'll
liked
be
it.
fine. I'm pretty happy with what the.
Yeah.
It was a good price for what it is.
Now, before we close out, though, Phil, you took your son to the Dome not too long ago for the Royal Rumble. How was that experience
Oh, yeah.
for you and him?
I got to tell you guys about this.
Yes, go
So
for it.
I told you guys I had the worst seats. I bought the nosebleeds because they're still like $90 a seat.
Yeah.
So we're walking up the Alamo Dome. I would go in. They scan my phone for the tickets. They go, "Hey, you need to go over to the window." I don't remember what the message was. You need to go to the window. It's like, Okay, damn it. Did I buy some fake ass tickets?
Scammed.
And so I go up there. I bought them from Ticketmaster, so I didn't think they were. I was like, what the hell's going on? And Ticketmaster, so like I didn't know. I go there, and I moved from section 350 down to like 130. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know how.
So
All I know is everybody in my row also was in the nosebleeds, and they got moved down also. So I don't know if they just left this open in case they didn't sell something, and I got luck of the draw. But we had some actually really good seats. We weren't that far away. I mean, we were on the floor, but we weren't far away.
yeah, I can explain. So as some of y'all may know, I also do a podcast for wrestling, the Countdown City WrestleCast, and one of our guys on the show, Tommy, actually got to attend for free. Lucky ass. But there was some things where some people got moved around, either potentially as seat fillers or just that some of the seats that they sold up in the upper deck, they ended up having to cover due to the way WWE was setting up their production. So
All I know is the upper deck was still full. I looked
yeah,
up
it
at
was
the
still
section
full, but I think the section you might have bought, they ended up having a curtain off.
I don't think so. That section was loaded with people. I don't
Really?
know why. I think they resold my seat.
That's possible too. They might have like double booked it or something. So, but they also did need to fill up some of the lower area as well. So you one of the lucky ones that benefited from going from upper deck to lower level, and the Rumble is a blast. Just the entrances and everything like that. So lucky you, man. So how great was an experience though for you? And
No, it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
totally awesome. I had a blast. I mean, I haven't followed wrestling since WCW went away, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been my thing. My son has gotten into it. It did run a little bit long for his 8-year-old self. By the end of it, he was ready to go. We didn't eat dinner before we went, which was a mistake because there was the food lines weren't happening.
yeah,
And so we had to wait till we got out of there to get something to eat. But it was cool. It was a good show. There was some. I mean, like I said, I don't really follow the storylines, but I got the storylines that night, and it was very compelling. I guess you could say it was a good show. I had a blast. He had a blast. It was. A lot of it had to do with the upgrade, I'm pretty sure, but it was an amazing experience.
very cool, very cool. So, well, we'll see you next time WWE comes to town. But yeah, so all right. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast. And again, we'll recap the Super Bowl next week and talk about the XFL. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me this week are
Number one Niners fan, 100%. Bang bang nine again.
Now.
Chicken
Fire.
wing.
No.
Until tomorrow.
This is Nori. I couldn't have asked for a better season for the Giants minus the Super Bowl, so I'm pretty happy.
This is Rob. Yes, still a Bucks fan, and will suffer through the one game of creamsicle jerseys.
No, he's not.
That's fine.
I got his jersey on lock, boys. It's coming in. Fuck you, Rob.
Yes. Yes.
You know, one
DJ
day
here,
you're gonna wake up
Cowboys
with
fan,
a Cowboys. Sorry.
What are you gonna do to him? No. You said Cowboys. I want to hear what you're gonna do to him.
No, fuck you. We're not gonna hear this.
One day he's
That
gonna
one-
wake up with cowboy memorabilia all over his car.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
Yeah, that'd
Shut up, bro.
be great. That should be posted everywhere it can be posted.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing the world a favor and putting you in a cream. Why would you want to torture me?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're
and
doing the world a
Kyrie
favor.
Irving is already putting up highlight reels in Dallas, by the way. I just shared the Sports Minorities chat
Oh,
Oh, that's
boy.
great.
on the Discord.
Jesus, what did he do now?
No highlight reels, no, like it was sick. It was a sick play.
All right. DJ here, Cowboys fan. Just looking forward to what other useless offseason acquisitions the Cowboys make. I can't wait.
I can. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Brahma's field goal catcher Phil as well.
Thank you everyone for joining the Sports Minorities podcast this week, and enjoy Super Bowl 57. We'll catch you up. Talk all about it. See you.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities, search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
I'm the first one when I don't think my Giants will be. They're not this. They're not that. Like, I just without beating a dead horse, I think he had much less to work with compared to all of the coaches. And really, we both could get robbed, and it could go to Sirianni from the fucking Eagles. So
That's true.
He just
Especially if they win.
lucky. Yeah. So the votes are already in. They base it entirely on regular season. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah. So
even then, like I've heard that name thrown around quite a bit by random analysts, but I'm sorry. To me, he was just thrown he's not like a Barry Horowitz, whatever, but he was thrown in essentially a Super Bowl roster and say, "Here you go win a Super Bowl."
yeah, don't fuck it up.
Doug Peterson nor Brian Dable had that. So
Don't Urban Meyer this shit. That's basically what they told him.
right,
Basically,
don't kick
Yeah,
your
Dable and Peterson.
don't kick your
fine.
fucking players.
No.
Don't cheat on your wife. Don't ruin your family. Don't do any of that
or
stuff.
just don't get caught cheating on your wife. They don't care about the cheating.
There you
part.
go.
Dumbass.